Welcome to the Beyond the Calling podcast. My name is Andrew Peters. This is Andrew Jones. The purpose of this podcast is to have police, fire, and military personnel, and basically through our training and through our life experiences, we see things very different than the average person. We wanted to bring this stories about life outside of the uniform, and we wanted to bring that to people who are serving. Try to build on each other and see if we can't make each other better. Real quick, I want to introduce Andrew Jones. He's my partner in crime here. Andrew, why don't you tell him about yourself?
Well, I've been a firefighter paramedic for the past 7 years. Born, raised, now serving the Central Ohio area. I'm married, been married for the past 2 years now. Live in the same area with my wife, Krista, and our dog, Nona, who is a rescue. Outside of the fire service, I really enjoy things like personal finance. I'm an avid shooter. I just got into hunting this year. I'm super excited about starting this podcast. When I talked to Peters about it a while ago, this has kind of been a long process for us to bring this to fruition. But we wanted to get outside of just the firehouse stories, the stories that guys tell while they're on the front ramp or at the kitchen table. We wanted to go basically beyond the calling, because all these people, police, fire, military, veterans, nurses, and other first responders, we all have a similar calling to help one another. Our mission statement is to serve those who make a living serving others by presenting content that improves their physical, mental, spiritual, and financial health. So, with that being said, my co-host, Andrew Peters here. Pretty awesome. Tell them about yourself.
Yeah, so Andrew Peters, I'm a Capricorn, long walks on the beach. Yeah, I'm a faithful follower of Christ, father of 2 little girls, and proud husband of my wife, Megan. We live in the Central Ohio area. I've been a firefighter for the last, 8 years now. And basically, I'm right there with Jonesy. We just have a strong passion for teaching, and then a strong passion for learning other people's life experiences and seeing if we can incorporate that into ours, and then make downstream effects for other people. So, our goal is really our target population is people who see life differently. And, Jones, you might have a little bit more view on that as far as like how people see life differently, and then how we want to, or who we want to talk to.
Absolutely. So like we were talking about a little earlier, we are all passionate about our jobs, but we are so much more than just our job. And it's great when we can see people that take the same passion that they have for being a firefighter or a paramedic or a police officer or a veteran to take that outside of their job. We're going to be focused on things like side hustles. We have some great guests that have some crazy cool side hustles. We want to talk to people about just interesting hobbies. We've got a guy coming on that is a huge hunter, and he knows the art and the science of hunting forwards and backwards. He's been all over God's green earth hunting everything with 4 legs. It's insane. He'll be a great guest. But we want to speak to things that interest you, that might kind of instill some entrepreneurship in you. Maybe if you've dreamed about starting your own business, we'd sure love to help you with that.
You know what I realized as part of our population, I don't know if you've always joked about it, but I've always laughed, say when I'm going through, McDonald's or something else, and I just think, God, if I sucked as bad as my job as somebody else does at theirs, this person, if you've ever thought that and thought, man, if I was in combat or on a scene or, in some type of situation, we don't get a second chance.
Right,
we train to have one specific goal, and that's a positive outcome every time, knowing that as soon as we go into the suck, that it's going to be a whole different situation and things are going to be totally unexpected. That adapts our minds to a certain way that really makes us extremely positive to the outside world. So I think that's why these populations, these tactical populations, are really revered by the the general population, if you will.
Well, the thing that we all have in common is we kind of learn to embrace the suck. We take a chaotic situation and we try and bring people order and peace through that chaos.
Yeah.
So
one thing I want to talk to, because this is a media packet, not just an introduction, is I did want to explain to you kind of the production side of things. Yeah. So our goal is we're going to do an interview for about an hour. We'll have a 15-minute run-up, 15-minute cool down after that. So we're asking for about a 90-minute time commitment from our guest. And our goal is to put it out on all social media platforms. We're going to have it established on YouTube. We'll do the raw video on YouTube. We're going to do podcasts through Spotify, iTunes, everywhere else. We'll do a hosting with an RSS feed.
I'm planning on doing a companion blog to go with each episode to kind of take a further look at what our guest is all about.
Yep. And so that's going to be kind of how we do it. Now, the goal is we love this population. We love what they bring to the world. Specifically, Hotel Tango Reserve Bourbon.
Veteran owned.
I love it. And we got a couple of guys
Fantastic
from,
product.
Millspin and everybody else who we're wanting to work with.
Yep.
And it's just one of those where if we can all work together to kind of further everybody's goals in tandem, I mean, how much fun is that? And then the process, maybe get the opportunity to meet some cool people.
Absolutely nothing better.
All right. So if you have any questions, comments, or any further questions, give me a call, 614-282-3316. My name's Andrew Peters.
And I am Andrew Jones. My number is 614-949-2818. We both really hope to hear from you soon.
All right. Thanks for listening to Beyond the Podcast, or Beyond the Calling Podcast. Still getting used to that one. So we'll talk to you soon.
Thanks.